Hello, Namaskar, welcome you to the SAAR Analysis. I am Chaman Nayak and here's my take. Now, for years, India has seen the foreign policy through a simple lens. India is close to America, India is caution with Iran, India is balancing Russia. But what if that perception is outdated? What if the balancing powers is not anymore, but India is quietly building an alternative to every single power? Here's the number that should concern every global economy. Nearly one-fifth of the world's traded oil passes through Strait of Hormuz, and after nearly a month of disruption, only a limited number of ships are beginning to move. Recent reports says that 3 Indian-bound cargo vessels have reassumed their trade, while the tanker traffic remains far below normal. Now here's a question: if a narrow waterway can shake the oil market from Tokyo to New York, why is India investing in a port outside the choke point? Well, the answer is Chabahar, and let's dig it out. Well, the immediate headline is peace diplomacy between Washington and Tehran, as we know, but India is looking beyond the headlines. Well, New Delhi sees the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz not merely as an energy opportunity but as a strategic opening. Well, Iran could once again become a major supplier to India, shipping through Strait of Hormuz that could stabilize, and most importantly, the Chabahar Port could regain the relevance as India's gateway to Afghanistan, Central Asia, Russia and Europe. This is where India's diplomacy becomes remarkably straightforward. But India is not asking Washington for the permission to pursue its national interests. It is not representing Iran as an alternative to America, and it is not framing Chabahar as a confrontation with China. India is simply saying connectivity is not a favor, it is a national necessity. Now the question arises, why this matters? Let's look at the map. China has Gwadar in Pakistan, United States has the strategic influence across Gulf, and Iran controls the geography near Strait of Hormuz. And India has Chabahar. The port may look like infrastructure, but in geopolitics, infrastructure is power without a speech. Well, Chabahar gives India an overland route to Central Asia that bypasses Pakistan, and it gives India more options when the maritime routes becomes unstable. This is not about replacing one alliance with other. This is about ensuring India is never trapped inside someone else's alliance. Now let's look at the bigger picture. India's foreign policy today is becoming less emotional and more transactional for sure. With America, with technology, defense and indo-pacific cooperation. With Russia, it is energy and strategic opportunity. With Iran, it is connectivity, oil and access to Eurasia. With Gulf, it is all about investment, energy and maritime stability. But this is not a confusion, this is a strategic diversification. The world is moving towards an era where the sanction can redraw the trade, walks can shut down the lanes, and one country's conflict can raise the fuel prices for the billions of people. India's response is not to pick a camp, but response is to build more doors of connectivity. Now here's my take. Iran's strategy is not gamble on peace, it is a preparation for uncertainty for sure. The country with more options will be the country with a better strategic dependence. And that's why Chabahar Port is more than just a port. It's a message to the world that we will work with everyone but depend on no one. Now the question is, will the Chabahar becomes India's gateway to Russia, or will the greater power politics close that door before India can walk through it? Let me discuss in the comment section. That's all from today's analysis. I will be back with another analysis. Thank you for watching this.